back, baby. I am back. We had a prize draw video, so I was already back, actually, in complete theory and reality. And my audio is probably too quiet. Hold on. Is that any better? That's probably actually really annoying if you're trying to listen with normal audio. So I'm going to go back to. I'm whispering right now, by the way, but I can see on the audio indication that it's like full volume. So I'm going to go back to the normal one. Okay, bye. Right, that should be better now. What actually, this is an intro. This is meant to be a snappy thing to get you involved in the show. But then anybody who watches the show will already know the show, so it doesn't matter because they already know that. My daughter played with the gain or the microphone. Hutber Show. Boom. Hold on. Yep. I haven't shaved my head or my beard. But I am back. I'm back with a vengeance. Back here now. Yeah, someone messaged me on Facebook and said that they like my videos. I should really remember your name. Or if you're not sincere, you won't watch this and you won't be offended that I don't know your name. But I do. Anyway, thank you. So it got me the urge, and it is Friday. But I'm a little bit more busy at the moment with my work. But all I have for you today is 5 or 6 models. We can give some in-depth looks, probably satirical, because if you know me, back once again with the Renegade Master. We are back though. We are very much back with a new look. Now, obviously, this model frankly disgusts me. Of course, Space Wolves, Games Workshop. Not Elder, and not Elder from specifically 92 all the way through to 99, excluding but not limited to 2006 Harlequins was probably the last things that I now in retrospect like. And I did like them then, but I wasn't in a hobby to really like them, even though I went into the store and bought them. But you know, I still like them more than the stuff that GW is putting out. But yeah, I you know, aesthetically I can see why this might be appealing to the people who like it. I personally, you know, why would you carry a chamois cloth with you? You know, doesn't really make sense. Doesn't need to. The paint job is why I included it, and the general feel-good factor for this model. The big, nice, smooth, clean lines. But really, why are you carrying? It doesn't make sense. Clean it on something else. But you know, it's a model. Nothing needs to make sense. Cool overall. You know what I mean. But yeah, I did think this was a worthy inclusion in the Hutber 23rd Hutber Show. Might be the 24th. Doesn't matter anyway. Oh, spoilers. So yeah, I just felt like it was worth it, and the base is kind of cool. And if it is army level, you know, that you're painting, then blimey, you've got a very, very highly painted, efficient army. I would hasten to add. So it's clearly not a model, but you know, who said that the Hutber Show was exclusively models? This is by. Oh, by the way, the last model was by. Did I used to include names in this? But then how would I go through the names? It's very weird. Been a while. I mean, it's only been a month that I've been away. Maybe more actually. Like mentally, I've been away longer. But from the actual production and posting of videos, I think it was a month. Also, I'm standing up. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, probably, because I can do this. Tina's gone away, so I am here slightly by myself. You know, by myself enough to be weird. Am I limited to being weird when people are here? I don't know. But yeah, this is by Anna Meshchanova. Meshchanova. She's Russian. And I can't imagine you're watching this, Anna, but if you are, thank you for all the artworks you did. We are currently having one of them sculpted. So Anna did some concepts for me for dragon head models. And, well, I love them. I really love them. I've been trying to get her to do more. She has work. It's kind of like a boring excuse, but like kind of legitimate. But I really would love more. Every single art that she seems to do has so much character, which is why I love them. So I had to include this because I was scrolling on my desktop, not on my phone. Little bad girl came up, and I think it could be cool. Pretty much everything she does, I'm like, that would be a great model. I've only managed to get 3 of her artworks, and we've got 1 coming out soon. The second one is being sculpted and very close to being finished, and the third one, I need to find a sculptor. I might try and use Eleanor again, who did the trio, which is coming out soon, which I think is going to start getting advertised. Look at that! If I do this, I look like a snake. Wait. No. Okay. How about now? Yeah, kind of a snake look. Bad, isn't it? um, fucking hell, it's just a show for me, really, isn't it? I should just call it the self. Anyway, this one, I thought it was weird that a human being is shaking hands or shaking horns as an introduction to a tiny Minotaur. That doesn't happen often in real life, but he's managed to photograph it, so I know it's real. Models aside, it's obviously great, obviously, because I can look at it and it is great. And this is Sergio Calvo miniatures. And yeah, it's good, isn't it? Well, that was creepy. That was it. I just thought it was again a worthy inclusion in said video. And a quick one, I do like the contrast though. One day. Kind of gone off painting in this capacity at the moment. Right now specifically. Well, I suppose we can go into it later. We've got all the time in the world. I haven't eaten either. 10 o'clock. And I'm not eating. Yeah, this one made me crack up. Obviously, I've already cracked up, so I can't crack up twice. But if when I did crack up, I was like, yeah, that's good. And then I was like, and then I cracked up, much like what I did now. But it did make me laugh. And this is by Marc, Marky Masclans. Marc. I don't know if it's Marc. Marc always feels like a K. It's a C. Mac. I've never heard anybody call him Mac though. Mac. You right, Mac. Northern. Well, you right, Mac? Hey, alright. That's Scouser. I think it is. That's a Scouse accent, isn't it? And for anybody who is not familiar, a Scouser is from Liverpool, a Liverpoolian in the UK. They talk like that. Alright, here's me, Marc. I got my painting on. I'm a camp Scouser, apparently, when I do impressions. And yes, this face did make me laugh indeed. Obviously, the painting and the hairline and the hair and the face and the wrinkles and the eyes and the red in the eyes. It's fascinating, actually, what you guys can do with models now. Really is. Like, I was looking again at Thami's dragon that he did for me today and the girl, and it's just like, what? How are you producing that level of, sure, like artists, they practice, blah, 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 you've got loads of talent, but it's still shocking. For me, anyway. Like, look at the eyebrows, Take a second to look at the hair. There's even a fucking bit of red in the hair. Blimey. Anyway, this is the girl full on in all her glory. And this is by Spirable Models. Spirabullies. You all know who he is. And I just want to stress that my pronunciation of the name is in no way a reflection of my respect for you and everything that you do. And I think the model's called Abracadabra Soup Remix. But yeah, this model actually scares the fucking life out of me. I've never liked these kind of stories and kind of nursery rhymes. Germanic versions where they're actually just fucking evil. Teach you lessons, but still scared the crap out of me. And still does. Maybe not scare now, but I certainly am not like, oh, yeah, I love the aesthetic. because that would be a lie. But I can still appreciate it and respect it, and obviously the paint job as well. And then we come to our last model. Now again, my reaction has already been spent because I looked at it, but I did go. This is called, by the way, this is by Will Paints. It's called Link. Oh, it's actually called Ink the Inventor, because Link the Inventor would be copyrighted and trademarked, no doubt. So basically, it's a goblin who is, and it's from a Kickstarter with terrible kids stuff. And I really like it. And you know, it didn't quite hit me. I was like, yeah, it's obviously Link. But then when I turned it around, I was like, oh fuck yeah, now is what I said in my normal accent, which apparently I go to Cockney when I do an impression of me. But yeah, I mean, the shield looks great painted wise, but it did just crack me up. I was like, ah, you know, it's proper Elder, Link, Zelda. And then it like kind of clued in on me more. Like he's got the fairy, he's got the mana potion, he's got the health potion, and he's got, you know, Sword of Time, basically, just any kind of the normal sword. But then he's just an ugly bastard. Kind of makes me want to do more Elder Link stuff, because I really, really do like Link. Because it's so close to Elder, obviously. Never really knew that the Link was so tightly coupled. Because I don't even really like elves that much. Like, just like Link and I just like Elder. I think there were the two, like, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask were just the games I absolutely smashed when I was like, what, like 12 or maybe 13 through to like 15. And I replayed Majora's Mask like 2 years ago, and I was just dumbfounded about how just amazing it was. I was reading articles on it, like how, is it Nakamoshu, the game creator from Nintendo, he was embarrassed by the game, and they kind of just had 6 months to build, and they just sort of plugged everything together, because obviously it was built with all the assets from Ocarina of Time, and I just don't know how you come up with such a genius game in such a short space of time. And I guess maybe that's why it's genius, because you didn't have time to overthink it. I don't know. Who knows? Majora's Mask is amazing. Really. I feel like going and playing it again. I think also it's like, I'm quite a highly nostalgic person. And going back and playing it was like, I remember playing it once as a 14-year-old. And Ocarina I'd like kind of played throughout time. Every few years I'd play it. So I can complete Ocarina of Time like easily. I know where like most of the gold sculptures are. There's nothing that's kind of like, ooh, where's this? Or what's this? Whereas Majora's, I had it in like this distant, vague thing where I could like remember really specific parts, but not at all how the game made me feel. So to go back was amazing. It was truly magical. And the whole time I was just like, this is fucking insanely good. And thinking about it now, it gets me slightly, I was going to say excited. It's the wrong word. It gets me happy. You know, when we got to 6 minutes and we were like through of them, I really thought I was going to struggle for content. But no. What is that? You know, I don't know. So yeah, they're now let's make it all official. So they are the models that I did this week. Much to my pleasure. And when I say week, the bloke messaged me. I was like, oh yeah, that's not that bad. Hold on. I can't hear us. Music. And I spent like 10 minutes going through. So quite lazy. Little effort. But then here I am, 30 minutes into video. Am I lazy? You can fuck it. So yeah. Boom. This is where I'm at in my life now. You know, and you know, it's a full journey. I don't understand how or where it happened. I've not really tried to think about it too much. And that is not wanting to paint anything legit, as it were, like busts, big sculpts, stuff that I have to think. Kind of not in a good place to do that at the moment. I don't know what it, you know, I say good place as if like my life's awful. I more mean like painting wise. But it could be because my life's awful. And you know, you don't know how bad things are until you get out of them. But I'm getting out of whatever that was that I was in, which I don't know what that was, but it was definitely something. Something, I have no idea what, but just not feeling it. I don't, you know, basically I've never in my life really, it was Robin going away. It was just too hard. Because she went away for 5 weeks with her mum to Austria. Yeah. And a few times before that. And I think it just built up where I just missed her too much a bit. so I didn't want to paint. But basically, all I did was just watch anime. Didn't paint. I didn't program. I just worked. I missed her and watched anime and ate and went out with my mates. That was the best thing I could do. But it meant that I didn't paint. I didn't paint at all. I didn't want to paint. I was very anti-painting, actually. Maybe that is a bit strong. More like when I think about painting, it made me kind of like not angry, not sad, just like, please don't make me do that kind of feeling. So, yeah. But then we are, like 6 months later. Is that right? 6 months, maybe. Elder again, and I'm still Elder will be like a staple of my diet. I'm not with them ready, but I've cleaned them. And you'll see that painted one. That's by Albert. When we just did like a painting session of mine. But sadly, I'm going to go over it because obviously I want them all to be. So yeah, this goes back to my whole Elder project, the Elder project, where I build stuff that is like Elder from when I was a kid. I've got 2 of them painted how I want them, so I need a total of 5 ideally, and then 1 shrieker cannon. So I've got 2 and 3, and that was 5. And then wrong way, massive spoiler. And I thought, do you know what? Sideways. I'm gonna time it all, just so I know how long I spend on these kind of projects, because, well, I enjoy those kind of things. So 38 seconds on the clock so far, and then I saw this. I'd already spent maybe an hour or half an hour. And I was like, fuck, yeah, that's what I need. Because basically I needed 1 part from a bike, and I've got a box maybe of 50 of them in these boxes. So I had to crack one open, but then I saw this, and I was like, shit, I didn't even know I needed it, but I definitely need it. So that will make 6 of these with 1 shrieker cannon. So, look at it. I mean, fuck, yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? I had this box as a kid. Doing my paper round. God. £10 a week I got. It's an hour a day. So I mean I could buy one of these a week. I don't know what I did with most of the money. I guess paints and brushes and stuff all added up, didn't it? But yeah, I mean, nothing more magical, I think, than opening a box that you're going to paint, that you painted as a kid. So yeah, and now obviously I've not cleaned my lens there. 37 minutes in, and I'm fairly through the cleaning. Everything on the right side I think's cleaned, or roughly, and then by the time, yeah, this is it finished. So this is 4 fully glued bases. I've magnetized and pinned the rods at the back because you need that, otherwise they just break in an instant. And the 2 I've got already have that as well, and they're not updated. So this is where I am. And the last like 3 days I haven't had time, but I did that like for 3 days in a row. And it was the first time that I kind of sat down to do something over there, not paint, and I didn't have trepidation or fear about painting. And I think I've been living a lie to myself where I'm trying to do things that I don't want to do, which is like painting models that aren't Elder at the moment. So I've just fully committed now to admitting to myself that this is where I need to go, and that is mass painting 1992 to 99 Elder models in a way I want to paint them, ready for this Elder project, which will live in these cabinets. Woo. Well, look there, you can even see Elder artwork, which just confirms my Elder love. I didn't realize you could see them here right now. It's Karl Kaspinski as Eldrad. Interesting story. When I messaged his wife about buying it for like 6 months, they were like, I think I emailed first. They were like, oh, he didn't do that artwork, and I was like, I really feel like he did. It's like his style. And they were like, no, it's not. It's probably Paul Drayton's. And then I kind of was like, checked out with like Des Hanley, and he was like, I think it's his, but yeah, it could be Paul's. And then I found a high resolution version of it, and at the bottom it has a signature, and it's Carl. And then I just emailed that and sent them the photo, and they were like, oh, yeah, well, it is Carl's, obviously. And then they had a look for it, and they still had it. I think that was like another 5 months later when they got most of their artwork out, which was truly a magnificent moment if you care about those things. So that's my painting journey where I'm at now. Hopefully I'll get those done relatively soon. I kind of goals is my new thing. Set a goal, and it makes things a lot more easy to I actually get and achieve, rather than feeling lost. I think I should do a whole video on that for myself, more like self-documentation, if I ever get lost again, to come back and watch. Because that's really helped me in the last like 10 days. I've set these mini goals in life, and one of them was painting. Paint 3 of those models. Really, I should set a time when it needs to be done as well, because then I can hold myself accountable when I don't get it done, but then I actually have desire to finish it in time, if that makes sense. But thank you all. 20 minutes. I think that's longer than normal, but I don't know. I still have to make the thumbnail, which is boring because they're not creative enough. That wasn't a complaint either. That wasn't me being like, it's more like, you heard that hopefully. I want them to be more creative, but I know I don't want to put the effort in, so I'm accepting that they're not creative enough. Enough for what I would in my own head like to do had I had more effort or care. That's a good way of putting it. I am accepting that I don't want to put effort in to do them, to be more creative. How do you talk about a minute about thumbnails? Right, thank you all very much for joining me on this beautiful journey, and I will see you hopefully next Friday. And I was talking about myself, hopefully I do it next Friday, not you'll be there, because I definitely will film next Friday.